perceived conflict between science and faith has been a long-standing debate, with some individuals believing that scientific discoveries and theories blaspheme God. This notion stems from the idea that science seeks to explain the world and its phenomena through natural laws and mechanisms, rather than attributing them to divine intervention. However, this perspective is based on a flawed understanding of the relationship between science and faith. Scientists are often driven by a desire to understand the world around them, to uncover the underlying principles and laws that govern the universe. This pursuit of knowledge is not inherently blasphemous, as it is rooted in a sense of curiosity and wonder. In fact, many scientists throughout history have been motivated by a deep sense of faith and a desire to understand God's creation. The likes of Isaac Newton, Galileo Galilei, and Johannes Kepler, all prominent figures in the scientific revolution, were devoutly religious and saw their work as a way to glorify God. The problem arises when scientific theories and discoveries are misinterpreted as a direct challenge to religious dogma. The theory of evolution, for example, is often seen as a threat to the biblical account of creation. However, this perspective fails to recognize that science and faith operate in different realms. Science seeks to explain the natural world, while faith addresses questions of meaning, purpose, and morality. The two are not mutually exclusive, and many scientists and theologians have argued that evolution can be seen as a manifestation of God's creative power. Furthermore, the notion that scientists blaspheme God with this supposed science is based on a narrow and outdated understanding of the relationship between science and faith. In the past, the Catholic Church's persecution of Galileo for his heliocentric model of the universe is often cited as an example of the conflict between science and faith. However, this narrative has been widely exaggerated and distorted. In reality, the Church's opposition to Galileo's ideas was largely driven by geopolitical and philosophical concerns rather than a direct attack on his faith. In modern times, the relationship between science and faith has become more nuanced and complex. Many scientists and theologians have engaged in constructive dialogue, exploring the intersections and complementarities between their respective fields. The concept of theistic evolution, for example, proposes that God created the universe and its laws, and that evolution is a natural process that unfolds according to those laws. This perspective recognizes the validity of scientific inquiry while maintaining a deep sense of faith and reverence for the divine. It is also worth noting that science has made significant contributions to our understanding of the world, and has improved the human condition in countless ways. Medical breakthroughs, technological innovations, and environmental sustainability are all testaments to the power of scientific inquiry. To dismiss science as a form of blasphemy is to ignore the very real benefits that it has brought to humanity. In conclusion, the idea that scientists blaspheme God with this supposed science is a misguided and outdated notion. Science and faith are not mutually exclusive, and many scientists and theologians have worked to build bridges between their respective fields. Rather than seeing science as a threat to faith, we should recognize the complementary nature of these two pursuits. By embracing the wonders of the natural world and the laws that govern it, we can deepen our understanding of God's creation and our place within it. Ultimately, the pursuit of knowledge and the pursuit of faith are both noble endeavors that can coexist and enrich each other.